Yes, we're back by, I wouldn't say popular demand, but we're back by some sort of demand for the BJ and the Bear show number 3, subtitled Anything Can Happen and Probably Will. This is the Retro Bear, the Gaming Pantry, and what is a very, very warm evening. It's end of June, and it should be middle of summer. And I've got BJ, Big Jase, with me, as always.
Why do you call me that?
You asked me to. I believe it's in the contract. I have to mention it at least 3 times each episode. It's warm, and I know it's like where you are, but it's blooming hot here.
Well, funnily enough, it's actually quite cool in here today.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh no,
I've broken that.
I've just broken the microphone already. See, I'm so professional. I got this dead in the right place, and then I just whacked it. So, okay. Sorry, technical issue. Sorry.
That's
about
right.
that.
Wouldn't be the same if we didn't have technical problems. Yeah, so
Exactly.
it's quite cool, then you say.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I would say my watch reckons it's about 21 degrees in here, which is okay.
21? Blimey.
Yeah. Well, why? What is it in there?
It feels warmer than that. I don't know. I haven't got actually one place where I haven't actually got a thermometer in to see how warm it is. The problem is, as you know, if you've been here, this room's at the front of the house. Yeah.
Yes,
now,
you've got that big window in front of you, haven't you?
I've had that closed all day, for the curtain shut, everything like that. Just trying to keep the sun off it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, sometimes when you draw the curtains, even if you draw that sucks in the heat, doesn't it? And them curtains, they're roasting, they're building hot curtains, and before you know it,
yeah, they're quite warm to be fair. Yeah, they might be on fire. I can't tell. It's a funny colour. Mrs. Bear comes and starts throwing water at the window, so we know what's going on with that. Yeah,
from the outside. Yeah.
Well, she might get a ladder and go around the house, so that'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. So we should say a big thank you to everybody who watched the first 2 episodes of this. If you did see them, you'd obviously realise the first one was where most of the gaming chat was, and the second one was sort of the best bits cobbled that we got left on the cutting room floor. I thought they were quite good, actually. For bits
I actually enjoyed listening to them because I couldn't remember what we talked about. So actually, I quite enjoyed watching them myself.
Yeah, I did as well.
It's quite sad, isn't it?
I had to literally go through it 2 or 3 times and sort of like write timestamps to do some editing down with and what have you, and where things were. But yeah, the response was very, very good. The second one, obviously a shorter episode, but
yeah,
that was just bits that were left over. But I think relevant to what we like to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but we haven't got anything to talk about today.
Oh, we'll find something. I'm sure there'll be something.
There's VHS versus Betamax. There's always something. We've always got something like
that. Well, go on then. VHS versus Betamax. Off you go. The floor is yours.
Well, the funny thing is, Betamax has got collectible, hasn't it? It's become collectible in its own right, which it was always meant to be the better system, wasn't it? Always meant to be. It's a bit sharper. It's a bit clearer. It's got faster rewind time and a lot more small compact tapes. It's one of those weird things where it didn't work out. The better format didn't win, did it? There's not many like that. Usually the better format wins.
You do find that, don't you, in history? Because I remember my auntie had a Betamax.
Did she?
Recorder.
It was more expensive, wasn't it, than VHS? I think it was more expensive at the time.
Yeah, I've never seen one since, really. We had VHS.
Yeah.
When we were a kid, when we were growing up. But yeah, you're right. One or the other, it's like you sort of fast forward 40, 30 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
25 years, HD DVD versus Blu-ray.
Yeah, and Blu-ray was the better format, and it won.
Yeah.
Like video CD against DVD. Yeah, DVD of course won because it was the better format. But when it came to Betamax, it didn't win. Mini disc as well. Mini disc was good, wasn't it?
Oh yes, mini disc. Yeah.
Against
I forgot about that.
DAT. Do you remember DAT tapes? They were like a digital version of an audio cassette.
Vaguely, not hugely.
They were great quality. They had the quality of a CD, but they could still get chewed up and ruined.
Yeah, I remember seeing mini discs in Q magazine.
Yes,
I think there's one issue I bought where you could actually just send off for like a sampler.
Oh, yeah.
But I never did.
No, they weren't as good a quality as CD. This was the problem, but they were recordable, so you could make your own mixtape and your own albums. But funny enough, they did release a lot of albums, like proper albums, like your Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, came out on mini disc, and those are now super collectible. Probably like Betamax films, because released in tiny numbers. So yeah, watch out for those mini discs.
I'll tell you a story about Betamax films because where I work, there used to be what still is an electrical retailer, independent one, and obviously when the Atari VCS came out, get it right from last time. Sorry, VCS came out. I've learned, haven't I? I've learned something. There we go. They had all that stuff in, so they used to sell those. I've heard stories about it, but while we were going through some stuff during COVID, I unearthed this box of Betamax videos.
Oh.
With the cardboard sleeves on them. I can't
remember. But you were looking for Atari stuff, yeah?
No, I was more interested. I thought, well, they'd only worth a few quid. I knew they were worth a few quid.
Yeah.
And they disappeared and went on eBay shortly afterwards.
Oh, did they?
Not me. No, it was work.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Really
but I can't remember what was in there. It was definitely one of the Pink Panther films was in there. I know that.
Yeah.
Because I love the Pink Panther films anyway. So as soon as I saw that, I thought, ooh. But yeah, just just fine things like that. But yeah, they had all the Atari stuff when it first came out, and yeah, they were big. So when you talk about, that's my experience with Betamax. Really, I was a VHS, and I still like VHS. I love the feel of a chunky videotape. The boxes,
yeah, they are very tactile, aren't they? Big lumps. I can remember when my kids were little. Big lumps. Okay. we have, you used to get a CRT TV with a built-in video player at the bottom. Those horrible.
Yep.
Say show or something. But yeah, I remember putting those in the kids' bedrooms, and then just giving them a touch because they're not going to ruin them. They're not going to ruin them like they have with their sticky fingers over CDs. So we had videos for quite a long time. But they're not great quality, are they? Let's be honest. They're not great quality.
But they are quite collectible. It's not so much the pre-cert or the pre-cert stuff's very collectible, obviously. But people now are quite happy to pay a couple of £3 for something that 5-10 years ago you'd have happily chucked down the tip with any even a second thought.
True. I mean, and charity shops wouldn't take them, and they were literally all going to landfill, weren't they?
Yeah,
and it's kind of, at the time it felt like, well, what else are we going to do with them? But at the same time, you are losing this massive part of history, aren't you? We all grew up with videos, and videos are massive. I mean, when I had the shop in London, videos was a massive thing. We sold tons and hundreds of videos because they were cheap to get in, cheap to sell. People it was like a commodity, weren't they? People just watch it, bring it back, swap it for something else. It was kind of a way of life for a bit.
That's it. And you also had the Video Plus thing, didn't you? When you record stuff off the telly, Video Plus. Put the code, get the radio times or whatever, and you type the code in, and then magically it records stuff. You couldn't work out how to do it.
Yeah, because nobody ever knew how to do it properly, did they? It was crazy.
But it's great. That are the things we used to do. I mean, we had somebody at work the other day talked about how to unlock the region on the DVD player.
Oh, but on the control by pressing
that was going back years. Because I remember when I bought my first DVD player, it had to be one that could be unlocked.
Yes.
I thought I'll go through. Which ones I got? I think which birthday was it now? I can't remember. 23rd, 24th birthday, something like that. And Mum said she'd buy me one, and for my birthday, so okay, I put something towards it as well. I didn't buy it, pay for it, so I put something towards it myself. But I thought I've got to get one that you can actually do the hack with the remote control, so I can make it region free. Because I'm sure you remember play.com. Remember the online retailer?
No, not really.
Well, I thought you would. It's mostly DVDs and films. I think probably not your area of expertise, but they used to do a variant called PlayUSA.com, where you could buy all the Region 1 DVDs from America.
Because they had so much better choice, didn't they?
And they were literally being available smack on DVD not long after they'd finished their cinema release over here.
Yeah, because back then there was a massive gap between, because I think cinema releases are pretty much close now, aren't they? But back then you used to have like 3-4 months between the UK getting it after America, didn't you?
You never find them release a film that's not complete, unlike a game.
No.
We released this film 15 minutes short.
Yeah, that's right.
And there'll be a reboot in the cinema at the end of the year. Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
director's
Isn't it?
cut.
It's that cyberpunk film.
Yeah,
They're still making it now. I think
Yeah.
how long has that game been out now? Cyberpunk, what is it, 2077? I think that's
Yeah.
when it's going to be completed. that was the clue. We didn't know. That was what it was.
That's which
2077.
version it's on at the moment. 2077.
People keep saying, "Oh, you need to play it now, Jase. It's fixed. It's working. It's fixed." People don't. Yeah, you
No.
spoil it. You spoil it. I
Bro-
did fancy it when it was originally coming out. But
Broken in the first place. Why would you want a fixed placement that was broken originally, which has
I
now
know.
been through so many revisions? But
I
yeah,
know.
that was it. There's that sort of short release period between cinema and DVD, and on the television as well. Don't forget, they used to have to wait 18 months for films to go from the cinema to TV.
Yeah. But do you remember when we were young, because cinema was such a rare thing that you go to, the big thing at Christmas was the Christmas films. Nobody gives a monkey about films on TV anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But back then, you'll never guess what they're putting on Christmas Day. You know, Indiana Jones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, you're absolutely right, it was a thing. Quite funny you mentioned that, because I did a stream a couple of years back with a friend of mine, James at Game Zone Bird Room. He got together a number of us to do like the 12 streams of Christmas, he called it.
Oh yeah.
And we were all given different subjects to do a stream on. And I actually did Christmas TV and whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did some research onto it. And yeah, you go back to when you were kids. I mean, I used to remember I don't now. I'm not doing it for years. I used to buy 2 copies of the Radio Times.
All right. Well,
yeah.
One for the bedroom.
One for best. Right. And one for me to highlight and scribble in everything that I wanted. Right, that's on at this stupid time of the morning. That's on Sky Cinema when I'm at work. I'll record that. And yeah.
Sky Cinema? Sky Cinema when you was a kid?
Well, was it Sky Modern Great? Was it Sky Cinema?
No,
Sky Movies Gold. Sky Movies Gold.
Really? What year are we talking? I'm talking when I was a kid.
In 90s, this was.
90s?
Yeah.
I wasn't a kid in the 90s.
When they launched at Sky Movies, and you had the movie channel.
Right.
And then they introduced one called Sky Movies Gold, which basically shoved all the old films on. Which is where my interest was. Yes, you got the blockbusters and stuff, but I like the old stuff. Thank you very much. So it's okay. So yeah, that was but yeah, every Christmas just like.
Yeah, it was great though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. It was part and parcel. You're absolutely right. When we were kids, the big film, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, you
couldn't miss it. It was like, yes, E.T. Finally, E.T.'s on the telly.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. Yeah, Back to the Future.
Yeah, it was
all
big
those
news.
films. Yeah.
Now it's funny talking about videos, because my dad, God rest him, he really liked to. He was a bit of an early adopter. So he liked to get things first. And we actually had a video player in 1975. And I know that is ridiculous because people didn't have videos in 1975. But it's a different format. It's not VHS. It's not Betamax. They're like, I think they're called VC something. They're Philips. And they're big square tapes with one reel in the middle. And they're like massive cubes. They're like cube blocks.
Never heard of those.
And you just have to put it straight into the machine and then put the thing down. But because we were the only people, nobody had a video recorder apart from us. And he used to tape everything off the TV. He would just leave it on all night and then catch up. Like the next night, I've got to watch tonight's TV and then yesterday's night. Literally, he probably spent 2 years just non-stop watching TV, just watching stuff that he'd missed while he was watching the other side. Just like, the novelty was just insane. But at the same time, and I don't know if you'll remember this, but this is something in my memory that nobody will clarify. There was a pirate TV station. Do you remember this?
Pirate TV station? Was that Giora TV? No,
I don't know.
Pieces of 8. I don't remember. No, I don't.
Funny enough, it was a Midlands. The presenters were Midlands accent, and it used to come on. So the TV would finish. You get to like midnight, and it all goes just to like the static. And then like maybe 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, suddenly, bang, it comes on a whole new thing and they would play new films. So they put on The Exorcist and my dad taped it on that big machine.
Oh, way.
Yeah. They were putting on movies from the cinema on their own pirate channel and putting loads of adverts in it. And it was completely dodgy. But we used to get it and we were so excited. Oh, was the pirate TV on last night? But nobody seems to remember it apart from you.
No, I've never heard of it myself.
Hmm.
I'd be interested to see if anybody else remembers that. They know where to stick a comment down below and let us know if you remember that, or has Jase been at the mushrooms again? I don't know.
They used to apologise. I remember there was, because my dad would take the whole thing, so we'd watch it all back, and they would always apologise. Oh, we might have to go on air off air a bit quickly tonight because we're having a bit of trouble.
because the police are outside.
Yeah, it seems like you're making it up, Jase. It really does seem like you're making it up, but yeah, that was a real thing for me.
So that's the thing. That's the thing with us. People can't tell whether we're making things up or not. So I can't tell. That to me sounds positively ludicrous, but at the same time, I'm looking at you thinking, is he right? Is he right? Has he got a point?
I didn't make it up. No? I think maybe my mum's got it up in the loft, the old player somewhere. With those if I could wire that thing up, I can get the proof. I was
going to say, she's still got a copy of that Exorcist. I mean, that'd be worth a bloody fortune.
The tapes off the TV, though.
Yeah, but I know, but you could say, well, it is a recording date. This must be when it was.
Yeah,
it did happen. Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, interesting.
I was very interested to hear that. That's good.
Good. Also, you also made me think of another thing, and this is a really tragic story, and it does bring it back to games.
Okay.
We were talking about throwing videotapes away and like taking them to the dump, and I can remember going to our local landfill and people literally unloading crates and crates of videos into big muddy holes or skips. But I actually did that too. This is really sad. I did it with budget games. I literally did it with budget games, and I probably took to the landfill. They were in them, like them veg crates, them crates.
Yeah.
Like completely, like 2 layers high, full on budget, spine up, Commodore Spectrum Amstrad. Just couldn't sell them. Didn't know. It was probably about 96, 97, and I literally took all these crates and I'm just throwing them, all these tapes. Probably 5,000 tapes I threw. And call yourself a retro gamer, Jase. I just thought nobody's going to be interested. Back then, it was all so new. I thought nobody's going to be interested in the budget re-releases. They'll only be interested in the original stuff.
Do you think it was a marketing ploy that if people saw you do that, they think, hang on a second, these might be worth something. I might hold on to these.
They were so crap at the time with so no value at all that even the people who work at the dump weren't going to try to find it all like they would now. They're like, oh god,
yeah. But I did it myself. I keeping on the subject of gaming, I my Amiga 500 went down the tip.
Did it?
Yeah, because my dad said, "Have you got to use this anymore?" I said, "Don't be daft. Nobody wants anything like that anymore." I sat there on my Time PC,
Yeah.
on dial-up. Yeah. Yes, this is the future, Dad. Get rid of that piece of tat over there. I don't want that. Yeah. To be fair, it is the only thing I've ever actually, I think, thrown out ever.
It stays with you, doesn't it?
It does, because I'm looking to find one a number of years later, very cheap, which works nicely. So it's not so much of a thing, but I still did it.
Yeah. And the thing about budget games is they still didn't get any value. Even 10 years later, 2005, still a struggle to sell Mastertronic games. Nobody was collecting them. It's only in the last maybe 10 years now, like probably 2015 onwards, that people are suddenly like, oh, budget games. Yeah, but I think about all the hit squads that I just threw into the landfill.
There's copies of Castle Master and the Addams Family gone down the chute.
Badlands. It was all Badlands. There was a whole tray of them. All of them.
Badlands.
Yeah.
Look, I've got that one. That's all right. I've done very well on that one. But but these budget labels are incredibly collectible.
They are.
People, you'll know about that as well as I do. But I don't. I mean, okay. I have a slight Hit Squad obsession because when I was growing up, the Hit Squad label was a thing, and it was quite impressive. All these great games were coming out for a couple of quid, and you had the uniform, they line up on the shelf, very, very nice and whatever.
I think this is proof of our gap in ages, because no, not for me. I did not see. I'd moved on. I think I was on Atari ST at that point. I think by the time the Hit Squads, what was that, 92, 91?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd moved. I remember all the Codemasters and all the Mastertronic and that, and getting excited about collecting those. But yeah, I don't remember ever thinking Who the hell's going to buy another copy of Daley Thompson's Super Test because it's on a budget for $1.99? What a waste of money!
Well, yeah, I mean, who would buy it on that budget across 3 different systems and the full price versions as well? I have no idea.
Well, now we all would.
Yes, we do it. Yeah. But I mean, I was on the Amiga by that point anyway.
Yeah.
I think it was just the fact that we saw this Hit Squad label, because you got Hit Squad releases on ST and Amiga anyway.
Yeah.
And they are less desirable, way less desirable.
Nobody cares.
The 8-bit ones, yeah.
I'm going to a landfill with them.
Yeah. But there was just something about, I don't know, the more obscure labels like Americana and ones that Sean keeps collecting, Sparklers and all that. And I just don't get.
Top 10 is big.
Yeah, but I don't get the nostalgia for the budget stuff. Hit Squad, yes, because it had the big games on.
Yeah.
They re-released the big games. You couldn't get the big box versions. You got the Hit Squad versions.
Darkman, that's the one.
Yeah, that's one. Yes.
Have you got that? Have you got that?
Darkman?
Yeah.
No. Of course, I haven't got Darkman, have I? You know? I'm not gonna have a good one. Not gonna have one of the valuable ones ever. Like I said, I've got Badlands. I've got the wrong version of Terminator 2. Because I've got it's a Spectrum one, isn't it? I think.
What about the Hit Squad Fun Schools? Have you got those?
I've got a couple of those. Yes, to be fair.
I can't believe anyone ever bought those in the first place. Can you?
I can't even. Yeah. Well, but that was the thing when they got over a certain selling point, like with the PlayStation Platinums and the GameCube Player's Choice or whatever. They got sold over a certain number. They ended up on there.
I'd love to see some proper research on those, like on the selects and the like you say the Player's Choice on the GameCube, because I think they're rarer. Unlike the budget games of our generation, Mastertronic, where the Mastertronic reissue or the Codemasters reissues or whatever, they're really common. I actually think like some of those Player's Choice are far rarer than the originals, like in the N64, say. Yeah, some of those silver boxes.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because
everybody would have bought those. Yeah, everybody would have bought those sort of straight away, and then you got the original version label, and then you get the sort of silver ones come out. I try and keep away from those sort of things. So I think my entire Wii collection's got one Nintendo Selects game in that.
Has it? You need to collect both versions. I'm sorry about that, Russ. You need to.
No, don't. It's Super Paper Mario, which is quite literally. Thank God it's not the GameCube version, because
you'd have sold it.
Yeah, I sold it to all levels onto it. But no, but you look at the PlayStation 2 wall. There's like you can see the silver and black label releases which stick out like a sore thumb amongst the rest of it. And
PS1 particularly, I think PS1 Platinum. There's a lot of games that are far harder to find on Platinum than find the originals. It's a strange thing. I'm sure someone's done a brilliant list and has got all the values. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
I'm sure. I just wing it.
They have too much time on their hands. This is what it is.
Well, that's it. Like we don't. Yeah, we're sitting here talking about budget games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We got nothing else better to do with our time than that, don't we? Yeah. But it's. People go. I like the same with Nintendo cardboard, isn't it? People like to collect Nintendo cardboard. I like to collect 8-bit cardboard because it's much more robust.
Like your compilation obsession, yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah. It is an obsession. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is.
But the thing about cardboard, we all. I remember like back in the SNES versus Mega Drive era. And at that time, I think we were going then. So we were selling those as new things, like brand new, because obviously retro games started then. So it was a bit weird because now they're obviously the retro formats really. So there's a Mega Drive. But I always been thinking, Nintendo, you haven't done it properly. Why didn't you release plastic cases like they did for the Sega stuff? But it's gone the other way, hasn't it? Because they're cardboard and because it's so hard to find absolutely pristine ones, they're far more collectible based on box than a Mega Drive game, because Mega Drive games are pretty much protected, aren't they?
Well, that's right. I mean, the Mega Drive and the Master System boxes are by far and away the best boxes ever. I think. No, really.
Neo Geo Pocket.
Oh, you and your obscure systems once again.
They are just so tough though. You honestly, you could roll over, you could get your tank, and you could drive over a pile of those games. They'd be absolutely fine.
I mean, okay, the Master System ones and prone to a little bit of squishing every now and again. You know, you close them too much, they sort of overlap on the end.
Tags.
But,
Someone's taking the tags off.
oh yeah, don't do
Oh.
that. I hate
No.
people take the tags off. Obsessed with that.
Here comes another story. Another story you've reminded me of. Yeah, when I was in the shop,
and you said we'd have nothing to talk about. No.
I'm a font.
Oh, what?
A font.
Oh, font. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Yeah.
Stop it. I don't want you introducing swearing.
I'm not.
I was in this retro game shop back in the day, mid-90s, and a guy came in and says, I've got this massive warehouse. We've got all these cases for Mega Drive games. And they were brand new in Sega boxes, 10 brand new cases in boxes. And he said, I've got a whole warehouse full of this stuff. Would you buy any of it? This hurts me. It hurts me. I said, well, I could have a few boxes. We've got someone. Yeah, I'll have a few boxes if you pass him. I don't really want to pay you for them though. So he came round and he gave me maybe about 100 about 20 boxes of 10 brand new cases. And they even had the Sega stickers, like the little round oval sticker.
Yeah, I like those.
Yes. And and he said, you definitely don't want to buy the rest. You know, I can probably deliver them to you. I don't want much for them. I said, to be honest, mate, I've got nowhere to store them.
so far, I turned them away. So far today, we found out that you've been throwing loads of budget games away down the tip and refused all these, pristine boxes.
Yeah, I literally did. And you know what? The ones that he did send, the ones that he did give me, I didn't know what to do with. I stacked them up and used them to hold the table up. I know. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It is
now. Now I'm desperate for new Mega Drive. Every time I get a Mega Drive collection in, all the cases are, well, people do horrible things to Mega Drive cases, don't they? There's a lot of almost like acid or drinks or Coke under the inlay and all sorts of stuff.
Master System manuals.
Yes.
By far and away the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
How many stains on the front of a Master System manual? Is it because they're white?
And why are they always brown?
Yeah. I know. It is weird.
I know it's a colour retro game, we discussed this in the very first episode, but that is taking it to an extreme limit. I've seen some unnaturally brown ones, believe me. Yeah.
It's the same colour as toilet paper. That's the thing.
It's to find one in a lovely condition is great, but you have to go through about 10 where
you've hit the nail on the head though. That's what makes Master System collecting fun, because when you actually get that pristine manual out and you go, oh yeah, it's like another world. It's like, oh, finally. It's always for a rubbish game though. It's always game, isn't it?
No, that's the most difficult part about it for Master System game hunting. And I've said this before, is the games that nobody wants, like Shanghai and parlor games and great football and great golf and whatever. They always are missing the manual. The boxes are racked off, right? They look like been 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. They're the worst condition ones you will ever come across.
Because the games are so rubbish, they didn't respect them.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's taken me forever to find decent copies of these games. And you think, well, these are the most, these are the ones that people wouldn't want. So why are these in such bad condition?
It's strange, isn't it?
No one plays sports games apparently. Well, no, not on the Master System, because all the boxes are broken and the instructions are missing. Yeah.
I think what they were doing, the people who collected those Master System games, they were stacking them up and using them as a table. I think that's what they were doing. Very solid. Very solid support for a table. What do you think this table is? Every week I've got these tables on these games.
Besides, if you're watching that bloke down the skip again, that's what it is. He does that with his games. Yeah. Oh, my goodness me. Yes, it's been a games. Obviously, I've made a couple of purchases off you lately. Which is,
you have. It's nice. Some bargain basement stuff, haven't you? Been raiding the bargain basement.
Yes, someone's going to buy them, haven't they?
Yes, I'm always glad to get rid of the tat.
Well, no, the one I bought, the Batman one I bought off you, that's just purely for nostalgic reasons. You're
not about to go for a refund, are you? Is it
no.
It's not a customer service call.
No, I ordered it on the Saturday. It was here by the Monday one, I think, the Tuesday. I can't remember.
We are just geniuses. We are We are fine.
Exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, I ordered that because it's like the Batman one was particularly a nostalgic one because I think that was the one that came with the 500, and that was the pack I had.
I remember that because it's got a sticker on the front of it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
And that's why
and
it went in the bargain basement.
yeah, and it's a 2-disc version as well, which is quite strange because I've got the Hit Squad version, which unfortunately my dear late friend John gave me, which doesn't work properly.
Oh right. Maybe that's
It only
because
gets
disc 2 is missing.
you what? Sorry.
Maybe that's because disc 2 is missing.
Well, no, it's only one disc version on Hit Squad re-release. It was a two disc original, but when it was re-released on one disc.
It's really strange, that, isn't it?
Yeah, so I wanted the 2-disc version, so I'm quite glad I found it. But yeah, so
it was cheap as well, wasn't it? Was that cheap? I think that was
very
cheap.
cheap. Oh yeah, it was less than a pint of something or other.
Was it? I don't. Yeah, I can't even remember how much it was, but it was £2, £3. It's that sort of level.
Yeah, in that area. Yeah, a couple of quid. Yeah, very good. But I went to a car boot yesterday.
Did you?
Yes.
You didn't find stuff.
Actually, no, I didn't. It's the third time I've been to a car boot this year. So I used to go all the time when I was mad collecting when I first started doing it back in sort of the late 2000s.
When you could find stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, stuff I used to pick up from there, and it was just a bit depressing.
Was it
really? And it's not that I was looking for games in particular. I wasn't. I thought, well, it's just up the road from us, about a mile up the road. We thought we'll have a hour or so in the sunshine on a Sunday morning, bit of a walk around.
I might have been to that one. I might have been to it myself when I've been up there. Because I've been to a couple of boot sales in your way, around your way.
Romsley.
Romsley, yeah, maybe I have,
Yeah, by the old Bluebird factory.
Is it hard standing or is it on the field?
No, it's on the field.
Yeah, on the field. Yeah, I think possibly, yeah.
Yeah, it's not far from us. Not far from us anyway, but but I mean, there wasn't a lot of gaming stuff at all. And even the rubbish. I mean, I think I saw yesterday was Wii games. You can add your own joke to that anyway. And I did actually find one I hadn't got.
Wii games.
I know, love Wii game. Hey?
Yeah, you found one.
I found one I hadn't got.
Wow,
which was great. Good, yeah, I paid a couple of quid for it, which was fine. But there was nothing else. It was just absolutely nothing else. And I walked around, and even if I wasn't going for games, I still wouldn't have gone home with anything because I thought there's actually nothing here that I would want.
Do you think car boot sales have died? Did you go very late?
No, it went about 9:30. I mean, it'd been going since 6 o'clock, but it's only like 4 rows. It's not a great big field. It's like four quite long rows, but it's not a massive. The car parking area is bigger than the actual field they put sellers on.
Oh,
right. But it's not like it used to, because I used to get really if we go into one which doesn't run around this way anymore. If we weren't out the door by sort of 7:30, I'd be absolutely cursing everybody not getting up early enough to get out the doors. We can get there at a reasonable time and get all the decent stuff. And even then, when I got there at a decent hour and got stuff, there was stuff I left behind.
Yeah.
I can remember 3 things I left behind: a Game Boy player for the GameCube.
Still haunting you?
£5 in the box.
Oh.
Yeah.
I sold one of those for 200 quid last.
200 quid, yeah. And I'll a couple of my local retailing friends have them in stock at 200 quid, so I know that's very nice with it. Then there was just an Amstrad CPC 64, 464, sorry, just on its own. I knew nothing about. And if I'd bought it, I'd really struggle, because obviously it needs the monitor to work and etc. But and then there was somebody selling a Sega Saturn with about 20 odd games, and he wanted 50 quid for it.
Well, yeah, but how long ago is this? I mean, now that's amazing.
We're going back 2009, 2011, that era there. But I used to go to them quite a lot, and then I stopped going, and it just quite seem the same now.
No, with the heyday of those, it's all about the era that you're collecting for. Probably, what did you see there? You probably saw loads of CDs still.
Yeah, quite a lot of CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays.
So people aren't collecting that. That's what, if people like the generation behind us, if they suddenly want to start collecting DVDs, probably this is their time to go to car boot sales, and they're going, "Oh wow, I can't believe how many DVDs I bought." Whereas we were in our era where we was desperate for old games. Oh, I can't believe what old games I bought. So I just think we're moving on time-wise, and all the stuff that we love, that's been cleared out decades ago now.
Oh, I know.
You're never going to find it.
Because people use the car boots to go. If you want to get there and get I suspect the decent stuff, you've got to be there at stupid o'clock in the morning, haven't you? Really?
Oh, I hate all those torch people. Though they wind me up. They're forcing themselves in people's cars and all stuff. I hate
That's
all
dogging.
that.
You're on about dogging again, you are.
I'm sure I saw you there.
Yeah. Not many tables here, are there? You got any CDs? Look at the windows. Got any games for sale, mate?
Is that a torch you're putting through the window?
but yeah, I think it's gone. You know, I used to love the argument when you used to go to a car boot, and someone said, "Yeah, but yeah, how much you want for that, mate?" Oh, £8. Oh, well, you know, it's about the same as on eBay. I'm sort of thinking, well, hang on a second, who's more stupid, me or you? You for standing in a field in the middle of March at 5 o'clock in the morning, telling stuff which is the same price on eBay. So why aren't you at home in bed waiting for that to be sold? Or me in exactly the same position trying to buy something that I could also buy on eBay for the same price? And I sort of I come to my senses here. There's something not quite right with this, you know.
Well, if he's going to sell on eBay, then he's just going to have someone say, "Oh, this wasn't what I ordered," or "It didn't arrive. I want my money back," and then he's going to lose the thing and the money. And it's like, yeah. So I think you're better off standing in the field than going on eBay. I'd say. God, I hate eBay.
Bit of you don't like eBay, you don't like CEX.
I went to CEX and I bought a game.
I know a song about that. Is there a song about that? Yeah, I'm sure.
Xbox 360 was.
Yeah, was it? Yeah,
I love that.
Put it on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't actually been in a CEX to look properly for a good 5-10 years, maybe. Probably to actually, no. I mean, I look in the window when I go past up the city sometimes. Just have a look at they've got loose Game Boy carts for like £100, and I think, what? Yeah, they're a bit random pricing, aren't they? They're a bit random.
Oh,
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, look at your site, Jason, and then they price it. No, they don't. They're wacky prices.
I mean, they do. You do catch them slipping every now and again, which is quite good. It's always nice to get a win. Because when I first started collecting the Wii, I used to go in there every week and just buy up all the stuff. Like, you know, I come out of there with like 30 games for £20 or something.
Yeah.
I used to stand there in the queue with like great big pile of games in my arm, and I remember I must have done this for a number of months. And I sort of got to the counter and sort of put on the counter. The bloke sort of looked at me and went, "You want to buy these?" And I was like, "Yes."
It's because he's used to everyone bringing armfuls in to sell.
It is the same person who I'm joking. I haven't got this here as a prop. I just looked at it. I thought it's a story, like you and your stories. Talk about Super Game Boy. Which, if you're listening to this, I'm showing a Super Game Boy off. I bought this from CEX. I think I paid about £6 for it.
Good price.
Loose. So, but yeah, good price. Yeah, it's probably about
£12 I'd sell it for.
£12, yeah, double now. And it was on the shelf behind them, on up here somewhere. And I said, I bought something else with it at the same time. I said, "Oh, can I have that Super Game Boy there? What? There, please." He's like, "The what?" So the Super Game Boy. So we started going along the shelf, pointing at no, left, keep going. That one there, yeah, that's it there. It's 2-second look at it. Yes, I'll buy that. Thank you. You know, it's like they've got no idea. They shouldn't be like that towards their customers. Do you want to buy this game? No, actually, I've just moved them from the shelf over there to your counter just to annoy you. Eddie Izzard said that many years ago. Shopping is not yours until you pay for it. Until then, you're just moving stuff around the shop.
True. That is true.
Yeah, exactly what it is. I've always gone with that theory.
Yes. I imagine there is. I imagine sometimes people go in to see. I mean, there's a lot of people making videos about it. I'm sure some people go into CEX and some moron has put out super rare stuff for peanuts. That must happen. And actually, you're probably more likely to get a bargain there from an idiot not knowing what to buy. Well, I don't know, because it's computerized, isn't it? A lot of
it depends how they scan it, because the thing is, you can be the beneficiary of this, but you can also be on the receiving end of it. For example, let me give you an example. I bought a copy of Glee Karaoke Revolution 3 on the Wii. Sought after title, that one. Sought after title. which there are three of these games on the Wii. 1 and 2, cheap as chips. Number 3, some reason, always priced between 10 and 15 quid. So I was in there and I thought, number 3, got my phone out, I haven't got that one. God, that's come down in price, £1.50.
Oh.
So I got home, checked it, and what it was, they scanned it in as the wrong one.
Surely it's just a barcode, though. How can they scan it?
Well, they can't work them, can they? Where's my hammer? So they scanned in the wrong game, and I know a lot of people have got like the standard, like a collector's edition, at the standard price because they catch them slipping. But when the shoe is on the other foot, it happened. You weren't happy about it. We're all quite happy. I've done it and going, oh, look what I've got off CEX. They've really dropped the bollock on this one. And then all of a sudden, I'm outraged. I bought this as a special edition, and standard edition, and then they charged me special edition price. So we're all the same. It happened to me a few months ago, and we all do it. But yeah,
going back to your car boot story, I've probably said this before. But my famous car boot didn't buy it story is it was about 1997. A guy had a big box, a cardboard box full of Nintendo Game & Watches. I've probably said this before. And he had like common ones, like, he had Balloon Fight, not common, but common. Yeah, Balloon Fight and like your Mario Brothers, your Donkey Kong. And I bought them. They're all £1 each, right? But there was 2 super colours, that's Crab Grab and Spitball Sparky, the long silver, really rare ones.
Right.
They were only 50p each because they didn't have battery covers. So I left them. I left them. I wouldn't mind the battery covers. You can use any battery cover from another game than that. You still have to play it. It's mad. I didn't know enough then. I didn't know. It's not complete. I don't want it. How am I?
Yeah. Well, I've had similar things. I bought like the single units. I bought 2 Sega Saturn, just units on their own at a car boot sale. No cables, no controllers, no games with them.
Yeah.
Just on the proviso that it might work. And I paid £1 each for them, right?
Wow.
And they both worked.
Brilliant.
Did the same with the Wii as well. So we got a Wii, picked that up. All the white one, all the hinges, everything intact, everything was fine about it. Just no cables, nothing. Don't know if it works, mate. Can't test it. £1. There you go. I love that.
They're pretty bulletproof, the Wii's.
Pretty much so.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I bought one not working off eBay about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I thought Claire wanted something to have a play around with and get used to doing some repairs on.
Right.
And she said, well, buy me something cheap off eBay. So I was a Wii there, buy this £8, I think it was. It came with all the cables and everything.
Yeah.
It's not working. I put it on, turned it on, worked first time.
Yeah.
And it was preloaded with loads of stuff that they downloaded from the Wii shop, like all the Super Nintendo stuff. So it's like, bonus.
Mad.
Bonus, yeah. So
the fuse had gone in their extension lead.
Yeah. They put it in the microwave for 5 minutes, and
God no.
Oh, it's strange. It's strange. Oh man. So that's summarised that a little bit anyway. Yeah. So it's been a funny old week this week.
Come on then. What's wrong with you?
Well, as it is game related because I mentioned it to you. Anyway, we had the old revival event a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, which I didn't go to. Sorry about that.
No, that's right. Well, you should go. You should go.
I know. I really should. But,
well, the good news is they're going to be running sort of slightly smaller events up in Warsaw, and opening an arcade, and they're going to have it's going to be like a sort of a not quite arcade club, but similar sort of thing. So loads of arcades in there, and little events are going to be running at the same time. So that's the idea going forward, and maybe a big one every year. But I've come back with revival lurgy. I sort of go Tuesday, completely deaf in my right ear, a sore throat, and COVID. I'm still not COVID.
There's a lot of it about at the moment.
I know. There's a lot of it about 4 years ago as well.
There's a lot of it about again.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know whether it's COVID or not because I didn't do a test because I'm too tight to pay for one.
I know 2 people who've got COVID at the moment. So honestly,
Yeah.
it's a lot. It is about, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. I mean, you know, I avoided COVID, touch wood, the first time. I hadn't had it.
You might have. You just didn't know what it was.
Well, I might have been spreading it around because I was out there working when everybody should have been at home. But I was, yes, obviously, just I thought I'd become immune to this. I must be, you know, like sort of the equivalent of the Walking Dead who survived the zombie apocalypse. You know, just as a few of us who.
Your taste has been okay, yeah. No funny taste.
Yeah, no, but I've had nothing to do with that. He said all I had was like my ear went deaf, throat hurt here, and all it did was a slight tickly cough.
Right.
But it felt like my throat had been punched repeatedly, like at the top. It's like bruised. And it never went any further than that. I had I think a day of sniffles and a few sneezes, but no headaches or anything like that.
Right.
And I'm more or less shaking it off now. Still, because I thought I'd got an ear infection because I got some water in my ear from washing my ear on the Monday after revival. Yes, I do wash my ear. It's that time of the month, obviously.
It's a lovely story.
Yeah, it is a good. Yeah. And I thought I got water in my ear for it must have, you know, because I felt I knew someone got in there.
Do you do that a lot when you're washing your hair?
I'll get water in it.
Water in your ears when you're washing your hair?
I was in the bath at the time.
Yeah, well, so you submerged, yeah?
I'd sort of like tip water over my head and wash my
Well, if you
ears.
tipped water over your head, surely it's not going to go in your ears unless you've got your head on its side and you're tipping it. I don't know.
I've got funny shaped ears. I don't know anyway. Whatever. It's I don't know. It just happened anyway. So I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and try and get it sorted out. But apart from that, everything else is sort of cleared up now. So I've been dealing with that. So I was actually that bad. I've been sleeping. Literally no sleep for about 3 or 4 days.
Oh wow!
Just couldn't sleep. It was like I said I was hallucinating last night. Claire goes, "They're called dreams." I said, "No, I was awake and I was hallucinating. That's hallucination." And it was really weird. I just maybe a couple of hours sleep and just absolutely run down. So I'd take a couple of days off work, so I just literally couldn't function. But look, I'm on the mend now. But in the time that's happened, one of my very close friends from many years ago has dropped dead at the age of 48.
Oh bloody hell!
Yeah, and I just learned just past weekend one of the directors of our place had passed away at the weekend as well.
Blimey!
Yeah, so I don't know. I've had a very, very cheerful couple of weeks since we last did this.
Horrible.
Yeah, so when I said that before we started, we had a quick chat. And I said I've had a very strange week. You know,
let me just ask one. Everyone will want to know this.
Yes.
Did the director at your company have earache at all?
I don't think he did. Okay. Nah, the weird one was a friend of mine. I mean, when I say friend, I haven't seen him for probably about 4 or 5 years. But a good mate of mine, he's remained in contact. Saw him a couple of weeks ago. Said he was absolutely fine. And it's really sort of quite strange. And a lot of times, sort of during my late teens, early 20s, through my early 30s, well, we used to go out all the time, drinking, partying, all that sort of stuff with him. And I'll get to that stage now where people are going to start, sadly, disappearing.
I think, I do think about death all the time.
We're a lot closer to it than I am. So yes,
a couple of years maybe. The thing is, we get to our time of life, this age, and suddenly we enter the old bloke lottery, fat bloke lottery. Let's just say fat bloke lottery, because I've got friends slightly older than me, who have died. Very close friends who have died my age. My dad died young. You just get to this point, you think, well, how are you going to get through it? My wife is actually a palliative care nurse, so she deals with death every single day. She deals with people going through and more. Even today, she said, "I got 3 new patients today, same age as you, both, all 3 of them." When they get on her list, there's no coming back from that. Once you're on her list, you've had it. It's like, wow, thank you. Yeah, this is not a good time. This is a lottery. We really are. Have we been built to last or not? We don't know yet.
Yeah. I'm wishing to bring the tone of the thing down a little bit, but he sort of plays to mine a little bit. I mean, I mentioned John earlier. I mean, John was 38 when he passed away.
Yeah, I mean,
And he had a heart attack, known heart issue, which had been diagnosed a few months before, but that was a shock as much as anything. So it just sort of creeps up on you. It's been a really hard couple of weeks. And the things like I work with somebody at my place who I used to go to school with who knew this guy as well.
oh,
And
right.
I saw him when I got back to work on a Wednesday. I said, "I'll just say, so and so passed away on Sunday." He said, "Oh, that's a shame." So I used to hang around with him all the time at school. Yeah. And then on Friday, he said to me, "Have you had any word from so and so who died at the weekend?" I said, "Well, no, he's dead."
What?
Are you asking? Have I heard anything about arrangements for so and so who died at the weekend? It's like, yes,
I've got the Ouija board out.
yeah.
Yeah. Strange.
But yeah, it's just been a strange couple of weeks, and you
But I
start
mean, I keep
realising.
in touch with through the grapevine, you hear about people you were at school with, and there's quite a lot of people that I went to school with who are no longer with us.
Oh, I know.
And you think, well, they've lost the lottery. I'm still playing.
Yeah. I know of somebody who committed suicide.
Well, that's
I know somebody who was in their first job fell off a ladder straight onto his head. Yeah.
Well, that's an accident. That's an accident.
Yeah, and there's a couple of other people I know as well who've gone. So
yeah, it makes you take stock, doesn't it? It makes you take stock. what are we doing?
Yeah, but on the plus side, more sandwiches at the school reunion for you, so it's all right. So.
Oh, school dinner sandwiches! Can you imagine?
You didn't make sandwiches for so and so. They died 6 years ago. Somebody else will eat anyway. Sorry, bad taste. I don't. Yeah, I've got to get this off my chest a little bit.
What are you talking about? Egg and cress. I love them.
Egg and cress. God, no. Two things you should not have your sandwiches at work: eggs and fish.
Oh yeah, at work that's tricky.
Oh, we have somebody who brings fish to eat at work.
Oh no.
I guarantee. It's a Tuesday. He's in the tea room eating
really
his fish sandwiches or tin of sardines or whatever. God. Eggs and fish. Do not take them to work.
So Russ, I'm going to ask this on behalf of the audience because they're all desperate to know. What are you taking for lunch at work?
I take a sandwich. Usually ham or cheese. Ham or cheese. I'm very simple.
You don't push the boat out. Ham and cheese, no.
Occasionally. Occasionally ham and cheese and pickle. That's
cheese and pickle,
yeah.
Classic.
It was leftover pizza today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like cold pizza. Everyone in this house loves cold pizza, but I can't stand cold pizza.
Claire's like that. She doesn't like cold pizza at all. I do. I can eat it fine. Yeah. It's like we had a cheese onion pasty last night for tea. And she goes, "You want it hot or cold?" I was like, "Cold. Why would you want to heat that up?"
What? Why wouldn't you want to? The cheese melts. The cheese melts. Didn't you realise?
Yeah, but it doesn't taste as good. And I don't know what they've done to the taste of Ginster's pasty since I had them years ago, but they're in the time now.
They're pretty peppery, aren't they?
Well, the cheese and onion one is mostly potato. I'm not sure they get away with that.
Well, I only have the traditional Cornish usually.
Do you?
Yeah, I like them.
No, I like a good old cheese and onion one.
Yeah. Well, horses for courses. Yeah, we all like our own things. That's fine.
That's it. But they definitely do not taste the same as they used to.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I had something I hadn't had for years last week.
I'd heard that, but go on, carry
on. I had Heinz sandwich spread. Do you remember that?
I remember it. I never used to have it. So I think I had it once, and I thought it just tastes like coleslaw to me.
It tastes a little bit like vomit. But it's like salad cream's big brother. But I used to have it. We used to have it. It was really cheap, I think, in the 70s. So you'd always have it slapped in your sandwiches for your school dinners, your school lunch. I bought a jar of it and I had it again, and I thought this takes me back, and it tastes exactly how it used to taste.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah.
Ugh. Wasn't the original batch from back in the 70s, was it?
It probably is.
And they found an old box of it. It was like propping a table up somewhere in a warehouse, and they thought they'd try and sell it again. Yeah, that's one thing.
It's retro food. It's retro food. We are retro people. Come on.
Yeah.
There must be something you love from the olden days that you still have.
Chicken Kievs.
A chicken Kiev. I love a chicken Kiev too.
I do love a good chicken Kiev. The best chicken Kievs I've ever had were the ones that Quick Save used to sell.
No.
You should get two. You should get
Save's
two for a quid. Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, 2 for a quid, and they are by far and away the best chicken Kievs ever had.
We tend to have the ones from Asda, but they always do the same. They burst in the oven, don't they? They burst in the oven in a tray of slops, and you're thinking, "Oh, your dream is having one that hasn't burst." And you're touching them all. That's my one. That's my one. It's not burst. But then when you cut into it, it's dry and empty.
Yeah. Oh no! You cut into it, and then what happens is this giant stream of molten sort of like garlic goo strikes you straight in the face because you've forgotten it's all still in there.
That's what I want to happen. It never happens. Not from Asda's. From Asda's, you don't get that.
One of the great traditions I saw was a Monday night baked potatoes and chicken Kiev.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
You get a baked potato, cut it in half.
Yeah.
Put butter and cheese on it.
Of course.
And then I used to turn it over. And then turn it over, flatten it out.
Yeah.
And then get your chicken Kiev, cut that in half, and then put that on top of it. Lovely.
Sounds brilliant. I also like. Imagine this: turning a chicken Kiev in a sandwich. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, chicken Kiev. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you could get one. I think you could probably, squash it down. Just two slices of buttered bread. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Just squash it down. That's going to be the best sandwich you can have.
What a good idea that is. Yeah. I had coronation chicken yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's got raisins in it, isn't it?
Well, it's like a curried thing, wasn't it, for the Silver Jubilee, wasn't it? I think it's Silver Jubilee.
I suppose it's for Queen Victoria's Jubilee, actually.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it goes right back, that does.
Cool. That's why they called it curried. They called it for the Silver. They called it Silver Jubilee chicken, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
No, you say something, you think, hang on a second, what a complete doofus. What have you said that for? Yeah.
They do tend to make a new kind of spicy spread for every single royal occasion now.
Yeah. Prince Charles, these hot tamales. Yeah. King Charles, sorry. Yeah,
King Charles, yeah.
Yeah. But talk about retro crispy pancakes. Remember crispy pancakes?
They're not the same as they used to be. They were edible back in the 70s. They were edible.
They literally, they had them at school for the school dinners. They were gone. You'd hear the rumours that they got crispy pancakes at school dinners today.
They're all gone.
And by the time you got there, they'd all gone.
I'd really recommend you trying one now and remind, because they are unbelievably awful.
I don't want to. I really
my mum used to shallow fry them. People don't do that anymore, do they? They just shallow fry a crispy pancake. I think that's why we liked it, because she'd been doing bacon and sausages in the same pan. And by the time we fried this thing, not much time left for me.
Your wife lurking in the background here.
There was this other thing. I managed to find a picture of them once. They were called Findus double deckers. Do you know these? They were sausage meat on the bottom, mashed potato on the top, all wrapped up in crispy batter.
No, I don't remember those ones.
They were our favourite. Mum, did you get double deckers? Double deckers. We used to love them.
There used to be something called, the ham and cheese witch or something like that.
Hamwich. We still have Hamwich.
They still have Hamwiches, do they?
Oh, they still have them. Don't worry. Bernard Matthews, they're still out there. If you want to have 70s food, you can still do it. You can still do it.
I mean, see, nobody talks about this. They talk about sweets, don't they? They talk about all the sweets and chocolate. No one talks about all the deep fried products that were bad for us, apart from you and me. Yeah, so they talk about these things.
I do like fried food. I will admit that, and when you can tell that, obviously, there is something nice about it, isn't there?
Oh, I tell you what I had the other day: peri chicken.
It's been around for a while, actually. It's been around for a while. Have you been to Nando's before? No.
I refuse to go to Nando's. We were
sort of peri chicken's what they sell.
Yeah. Well, I see. We were trying to decide rather than something what we usually have, something different. And our local pizza place does like peri chicken, so we got like a whole chicken. Lovely. It was great.
I'd love to take you out for a proper meal one day, because it sounds like you're a very sheltered life. You're like,
I know what I like.
Oh, the poor little orphan boy stuck in his cardboard box. Let's bring him out into the daylight.
I told you not to talk about that. That's one of the items that are off limit. Me and my cardboard box. Get out of it. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. Peri chicken's been around for some time, actually, Russ. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. But I've never had. I don't usually like spicy food anyway.
No.
But
Not
if they
curry,
do
no.
like a
You're in the Midlands, man.
yeah, well, the curry back then, yeah, but not anymore.
No.
I don't know what it is. There's something now in I think the spicings that just doesn't agree with me. I could have the most blandest curry, and then the following morning I'm, banging on the door, pleading agony.
It's a
But
beautiful picture. It's a
yeah, it is.
beautiful
Yeah,
image.
it is. Yeah, sorry to leave you with that one. Good job on you listening to this rather than watching it. But yeah, I don't usually do spice thing, but it's like a lemon and herb. So it was a spice to chicken, like a lemon and herb glaze. It
That's the
really was
baby food. That's
beautiful,
baby chicken.
beautiful,
The
beautiful. It really
babies.
was.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It suits me, doesn't it?
Well, you need
Yeah.
to go to Nando's chicken. It's lovely.
I don't want to go to
Why?
don't go to a restaurant to eat chicken.
What?
You go to a restaurant to eat a steak or I don't know something different.
You're in trouble with Colonel Sanders now.
I say, but that's another thing, Jase. You say, so you mentioned that.
Mm,
As I've got older, I'm getting now finding I'm less capable of stomaching certain foods.
really?
Yeah, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. The last time we've had KFC,
Yeah.
the following
I mean, it's
morning,
simple.
the following day, I've still got that. There's like I have an issue with my
Really?
stomach,
Oh.
and every time now I eat that or enough pieces of it, it causes a reaction the following day, and it's not good. So I'm not again.
Sounds like you need a course of Yakult.
I probably need looking at. I think that's probably you know a colonic irrigation. That's what I
Do you
call it.
think?
Into yeah,
Yeah.
one of them. Oh, I nearly went for one of those. That's a
Did
funny
you?
story. Yeah,
Did you?
because I used to work for a magazine publisher.
Right.
It's not. Bro. I just thought of this as it come along,
Okay.
and I used to work in the office. I used to do all the finance, all them everything like that. Get all the advertising debts in and what have you, and.
Yeah.
They did a number of magazines. One of the magazines they did was like a home and lifestyle one. And there's all these like sort of late 30s, early 40s women who were trying to, all these big posh areas in the magazines and all these, spa days and all this business. And somebody got in contact saying they want to get in the magazine and they would give one of the writers a free colonic as part of it. And none of them wanted to do it.
But you did.
Oh, yeah. Old Muggins here said, you know what, I'll do that. I don't want to get my arse in a magazine. I don't mind. People can see that.
Hang on. So you did do it?
I was going to do it. It was all
Oh.
set up, and then they pulled the article.
Oh. Well, that's a bit of an anticlimax.
Yeah. So the world was saved, sort of looking at the contents of my insides in the past 20 odd years. And I've been a lot younger then, so it might have been more of an interesting reveal.
I don't think they would have shown what came back out, would they?
Little tomato going through there, and it's.
They don't. It's the bowel. It's done with the bowel, isn't it? It's not going to be like seeing a tomato.
Do you know what, Jase? I agreed to do it. I had absolutely no idea what they were talking about.
Oh, really? Oh, what a shame you didn't.
I was that desperate for fame back then. God damn it! There was no Big Brother or YouTube or X Factor in those days. The only way you're going to get well known was to go and have a cold water and a tube stuck up your arse. That's the only way you could do it.
I mean, it still might work on YouTube's.
It might do. What was even worse was it was a regional magazine, so there was no nationwide reach whatsoever. So. Yes, anything for a shot at fame.
Yes, yes, a butt shot.
Yeah, it would have been in that case.
An upshot. Nasty. No, I've never done anything like that, nor have you, so that's fine. No.
We have football on at the moment. Are you taking an interest in the old football?
Oh no,
No.
I'm not really a big football fan, Russ. If you're going to try and talk about football, I'm going to.
No, I'm simply asking the question because our audience obviously would like to know more about us.
Okay.
And they can obviously look at us and realise that we're not, sort of svelte athletic specimens. They can work that out.
Well, I don't think football fans have to be. To be fair.
No. But we're not Hackney Marshes every Sunday kicking the football around, are we? We're not going to be doing that.
Speak for yourself. I do watch. Usually, I do watch tournaments because I quite like the World Cup and stuff. But I have not watched any matches this year on this Euros. No, not watched anything.
I've not watched as much as I usually do, although that's probably about 98% of it. But
Right.
yeah, no, I thought I'd ask the question because
Yes.
you know, it's in the news at the moment, and
But I do like kick-off on the Amiga, sensible soccer. Go and get another of the FIFAs.
yes, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Games-wise, yeah, I like football.
yeah.
Watching it, not so much.
No. Playing it? You ever play it?
You reckon? Yeah. No.
No. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I thought I'd ask the question because people might be interested.
Yeah. No.
I just watching our friends in Scotland go out last night. You know.
Oh, did they go out? Did they? I didn't even know.
Yeah. Again, bye. You know, it's a real shame, but yeah, this is breaking to the sounds of 30,000 Scots crying into their porridge this morning. But there we go.
Oh, do you remember that song by Delamitri? "Don't Come Home Too Soon." They had for the Scottish team. Do you remember that?
That's what my parents used to say me Saturday night. You going out tonight? Yeah. Don't come home too soon, right? Okay, yeah.
Saturday night, all right, son.
Yeah. Here's a fiver. Yeah, I'll be back at 8 o'clock then.
Oh, 10 of them.
Yeah. 9 o'clock. Keep going. I remember the song.
They need. That's good, isn't it? Wow.
But yeah, I remember the song. Yeah, don't come home too soon. I remember that one.
Yeah, that was it.
They're terrible bad they were. They really were.
What, Delamitri?
Yeah.
No, Delamitri.
Really?
They're a really good band.
Yeah.
You're wrong again.
I'm not wrong again. It's one of these people you know personally, aren't they?
I don't know Delamitri personally, but I do have probably about 6 or 7 of their albums in my collection. I do like them. Roll to Me, that was a big hit, wasn't it? Delamitri.
Yeah.
I'm not
they're all bringing back memories of, oh God.
I like Scottish AOR rock kind of stuff. I like Deacon Blue. I'm a big Deacon Blue fan. I like all that stuff.
They're a strange band, Deacon Blue, because what was their biggest hit? Real Gone Kid, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a big hit for them.
That was their biggest one. But the one I used to hate was Dignity. Yeah, the one I used to hate was Dignity.
Why? Because I think you pack your lunch in a sunblessed bag.
But I thought it's a song about a boat. How boring! But actually, when I listen to it now, I think what a fantastic song that is.
It is a great song.
It's a great song. It's a great song. Simple Minds, I expect, will be lost on your list.
I do like Simple Minds. Yes.
Yeah.
Scottish music is brilliant. There's a lot of great Scottish bands. Yeah, I think that carries on. But
there's a version of Don't You Forget About Me, which was on Jules Holland, I think it was, some years back, which they did live. And I'd never cared for that song a great deal, but that version is just fantastic.
It's a great song. Breakfast Club, come on.
Yeah, mainly because they got the female version of Animal playing the drums on this particular song. She got giant hair. She's fantastic. Her drumming, I've seen her before on other things. She's a fantastic drummer, but she's absolutely giving everything for this song. And I saw it probably about 6 months ago on a BBC Two thing. And then a couple of months back, BBC Two did like a night of 60 years of BBC Two music. I think you saw that at all. About 4 or 5 hours. And they just picked 60 songs, which they got videos for. And that was in there as well. I thought, oh, great. You know,
Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Who's your favourite band, Ross?
Favourite band? Ooh.
Yeah.
Saint Etienne.
St. Etienne.
Yeah. I was massively into Sarah Cracknell.
Since Swithin's day, wasn't that their biggest hit?
Yeah, I was really into the stuff at the start when they first came about.
I've got a couple of their albums, I think.
Fox Base Alpha was one of them.
That's your favourite band?
Yeah.
There's so much music made.
There are other ones I like. I mean, I used to look Pet Shop Boys when they first started.
Did you?
They were great. Yeah, very good.
You did.
Yeah. Careful.
No, why? No, I am also a big huge Pet Shop Boys fan, and I have met the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh
So
yeah,
yes, I have. Yes, I have had some stuff signed by Pet Shop Boys. Yeah,
oh
back
fantastic.
in the day.
Yeah, yeah. They went a bit weird in sort of the mid late 90s. All that go western, the stupid
They
videos.
got very camp. They got a bit camp.
They got more visual.
Yeah.
Weirdly, rather than focus on the music for me, I sort of moved away from that. But if you
Yeah.
go to their sort of early 90s stuff,
Mm.
This Must Be the Place I've Been Waiting Years to Live is a
Oh,
fantastic song.
yes. That is a great song. Yes.
Brilliant song.
Yeah.
So I used to like, anything that was sort of, poppy or dancey in sort of the 80s and 90s. I was very, very into that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I stumbled on Synthetic. It was just by complete luck. I think one of their songs got in the charts, which was double A side, Who Do You Think You Are? Not the Spice Girls version.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Hobart Paving. And they used to play Who Do You Think You Are on the chart show quite a bit. Because a mate of mine saw it. He said, oh, have you heard this? I was like, no, I listened to it. Oh, that's really good, that.
Mm.
And then that was it. I was just like completely sort of drawn into it and just carried on buying all the stuff. And then they brought out a song called He's on the Phone, which is arguably the worst music they've ever
He's
done.
on the phone. Yeah, I know.
I lost interest after
that.
that. There's a Glastonbury story I can tell you about Sarah Cracknell if you'd like me to do so.
She was pretty gorgeous, wasn't she? I seem to remember.
She was. Apparently she climbed a pole on one of the stages at Glastonbury the one year.
Yeah.
And people kept making the fact that they went to see Sarah Cracknell's crack.
Okay.
Which was slightly disappointing because I joined. I sort of came home from school the one day or college the one day, and they'd just finished their set on Channel 4. I think Channel 4 were at Glastonbury that very first year, and they'd just finished it. So I think we all missed that, which is a real shame. But
they certainly didn't cover it in the first.
No, not
the first Glastonbury is 1960s.
Oh yeah, but I think the first time they were broadcasting live sets from Glastonbury during the day or something, or Channel 4 had decided that they were going to make a real go of it.
You could have seen it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I remember being very excited about Live Aid when Madonna came on because she had a proper cone bra, didn't she? I remember I was at my house with my nan. I was at my nan's house. I'm thinking I can't be enjoying this too much. She was really quite sleazy, Madonna, on that show, wasn't she? I do remember.
You see, Live Aid passed me because I'd have only been 9 at the time Live Aid was on, and I was aware of it.
Anything from when you was a child? Is there something wrong with you?
I remember the good stuff. But
Live Aid is pretty good.
Yeah, but then you look at Live Aid now, and you see the first, okay, Status Quo come out, and then it's a Style Council.
No, it was good. Well, Style Council, Paul Weller. What are you on about?
I like Paul Weller.
Yeah,
like the Jam. I like Paul Weller's early solo stuff. The Sunflower album.
About Milton Keynes. Style Council comes Milton Keynes. Come on.
That's why they were so terrible. Couldn't they get Matt Bianco? I don't know. Yes.
Matt Bianco. Now you.
But yeah, I've got such an eclectic taste in music. I really have. It's,
I'd like to look through your CD collection, and maybe next time I come and see you, I'm going through your CDs. All right.
Sadly, most of it's disappeared.
Oh.
I did do a video of my remaining CDs, which was quite embarrassing.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
That's about 3-4 years ago I did that. Have a look at that. It was quite fun. That's what I got left. But I had loads at one point. I used to pride myself on finding bands that nobody had heard of before. Or singers that nobody had heard of before.
Like who?
Amy Mann.
Amy Mann, I know Amy Mann.
You know Amy Mann, yeah.
Yes.
But when I'd got an album of hers at the library.
Right.
When you were a student, you get like a discount, and the library carry all the rest. So I just discovered loads of music that way. And there's an album she did called Whatever, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I got into her stuff after that, and nobody else knew. And she did most of the music for the Magnolia soundtrack.
Yeah, Magnolia soundtrack is brilliant. Actually.
Yeah, she's a lot of stuff there. Sheryl Crow before All I Want to Do became a big hit.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, but what about these bands that nobody's heard of? You said about. You said basically named 2 really famous people.
Come on. But I was listening to their music before. Well, how many people would have heard of Amy Mann?
Loads of people. She's massive. What are you on about?
Is she? She wasn't when I was listening to her.
Look her up. She's made at least 10 albums.
Yeah. Well, you've made 16. No one's heard of you. You had to give away your last album, didn't you?
Yeah, give it away. Yeah. Yeah, if you want proper obscure, you need my stuff, mate.
Yeah.
That's proper obscure.
Heather Nova.
Heather Nova. See, this is better. This is better.
That's yeah. That,
I do recognise the name.
she's
But
still
no, I
going, I
don't know what
think.
it is.
Yeah. I can't. There were so many.
Yeah.
Well, I just used to get just people, just listen to stuff that people weren't really interested in, or they were all interested in mainstream stuff. I thought, well, I'll just from the more obscure ones and stuff like
I
that.
used to do that as well. I used to, there's a band called Candyland. Do you know those?
Yeah.
Fountain of Youth was their big hit. Yeah, there's loads of obscure stuff from that sort of era, like late 80s, early 90s. There's lots of really interesting obscure stuff.
Yeah.
And it's interesting when you find an album that's had so little success, and then you just go through it and think, this was all right. Why didn't anybody listen to it? When I was a friend at school had a tape by Alphaville, and Alphaville weren't very big in the UK. Obviously, everyone knows Forever Young and big in Japan. But yeah, they've released loads because German band. Their first 3 albums just incredible. They are brilliant, but nobody knows them. And that kind of makes it exciting because it's kind of exclusive. And you think, this is my music. Leave it out.
Yeah, I was there first.
Yeah.
Or you lot came along.
Yeah, you don't know what you're on about.
I used to watch the X-Files on Sky 1 before everybody started watching it.
Really?
Yeah. Before it became big, and then went on before it moved to BBC 2.
Yeah.
And then BBC 2, Sky showed the first series. Then BBC 2 showed it, and it became big, and then Sky got all the exclusive rights after that. But nobody was watching it on the Wednesday night or Tuesday night when 3 other people and me were. Family Guy as well. No one was watching Family Guy when that started, apart from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody.
As far as I'm aware, just me.
Oh.
But no, nobody I knew. Oh no, I didn't watch that. No.
Yeah.
That's it. Just one of them.
Yeah. What's your favourite comedy show, by the way? Just interested.
Oh, God. I could be here all night doing these. We could reel these off. Where do we start?
Well, which one have you watched the most?
I suppose if you can ask me, the most consistent 6-episode comedy series I've seen, start to finish. I've got a theory for it. The first series of I Am Alan Partridge,
which is brilliant.
Yeah, when he's living in the travel tavern. Those 6 episodes are perfect. Flawless.
Yeah.
Second series, not so good. No. I wasn't keen on that at all. But that first series there, from start to finish, is just absolutely. It's that benchmark. He's got to come close.
I quoted that today. This is very weird. I quoted it today. It's the guy. It's the Kevin Eldon character. He's like, the bit where he goes,
yeah.
I sell kitchens, but I can't actually cook. That guy.
Starts laughing. Yeah. It's just so quotable.
It is. Yeah. No, it was quite ahead of its time at the time, wasn't it? I mean, there was nothing else quite like it when it came out.
Oh, a friend of mine said, "Did you see?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What do you think?" I said, "I thought it was brilliant." He said, "Yeah." And just week after week, we caught up after it and reviewed. You sort of sat down every week. We saw each other and said, just got better and better and better.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, there's so many different series. But I mean, if you want to say consistency, that one there, he's good. He's good. The second series wasn't so good. It's a shame, really.
It was still good. It was all right. It wasn't as good.
It has its moments, but I think by that point, he was the Partridge character was very aware of who he actually was. Whereas I think in the first series, he's struggling to understand why people don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And therefore, he's trying everything he can to possibly get over that. By the second series, technically, he's bounced back, which was the time. Look.
Yeah.
But has he bounced back, really? But he's more self-aware he's bounced back. And I think that was part of the joke, really. He's not quite aware of how immature a celebrity he actually is.
I do think Steve Coogan is a genius, actually. I like all of his stuff. I like everything he's done, really. Like, do you remember, what's that other one? That one where he plays the Brummy guy. Do you know that one? Oh, God, what's that called? It will come to me.
Yeah.
There was 2 series of it. Oh, God.
Oh.
Clarkson a lot in it.
I don't worry about.
His
I can't
name
think
is
of it.
his name, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. I can't think of it either.
No. Oh well, that's brilliant content we're putting out here, mate.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. Goes to show our age, doesn't it?
Yeah. What can you do?
What was it?
Saxondale.
That's it. That's it. Yes. Yeah.
It worked.
Knew it had something to do with shoes. Yeah. You remember Saxon shoes? No.
No.
Okay.
No, didn't have those.
No. But yeah, comedy is one of my sort of favourite subjects, really.
Absolutely, and mine.
But not just television. It's film comedy as well. Can go all the way back to the silent stuff in the turn of the in the early 1920s, 30s, stuff like that, and go right through.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to make you laugh particularly, is it?
Well, it does still to me.
Yeah.
If it's done well, if it's just Charlie Chaplin going around kicking people in the backside, once you've seen it once, it's all right.
Yeah.
650 times, it's beginning to lose its charm.
Yeah.
You can see why Blackadder told him to stop.
Yeah.
Speaking of stop,
shall we?
Shall we? Because we've done an hour and 20 minutes.
We've done a long time. Oh my God, this is going on and on. When's it going to stop? Russ,
I don't know.
Stop?
When's it going to stop? Well, I don't think it will it? We're going to be here now, broadcasting, recording these until the end of time.
Are we? Pretty easy. We just chatted and that was it.
Yeah. Consider before we started, you said we got nothing to talk about.
No.
Yeah, we haven't. You were very quick to get off the football. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have anything valid to say to it.
No, that's okay. Well, like I said, we have to ask these questions, and
yes, I am a huge Formula One fan, though, Russ. If you want to talk about Formula One anytime,
well, we can talk Formula One next time.
Yeah, okay.
I will talk about anything. I might not agree with you, and I might say it's not for me, but I have various numbers of periods of my life got quite into Formula One. So yes, I would quite happily discuss that.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that next time.
And do we talk about any games?
We talked about me throwing away loads of games.
Yes, that's true. We did, yeah, and buying rubbish at car boot sales and stuff like that. So just there's no gaming content.
We didn't talk about the biggest subject of gaming at the moment, and that is my addiction to Balatro. Do you know Balatro?
I've not met her.
Oh my God!
I've seen the card in the phone boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's well fit.
Yeah.
No, it's a ridiculously addictive game, and if ever you try to play Balatro, don't think you'll get your life back. Honestly, 2:30 last night, I was still playing it. I can't.
2:30. I was going to say, get my life back. Yeah. I don't even know what Balatro is. What is it?
It's a card game. It's on Steam. It's on Steam. It's on a PC. I know you don't like PCs, but it's coming. It's also on Switch and it's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. I generally play it on PC, but it's a crazy, insane roguelike card game where you basically play poker hands with these really mysterious jokers that you buy and trade and swap and buy and it's very simple, but it absolutely hooks you. It's like it reminds you of back in the old days when games really could grab you.
Yeah.
Don't let go. But it's such a simple game, they could put it out on a Spectrum. Honestly, you could make Balatro for the Spectrum. I bet someone's even working on it now.
I'll have to go and look that up because I'm interested.
Yeah, it's really.
I can't say I'll end up playing it, but I'm interested.
If you play it, say goodbye to the rest of your life. It is very addictive.
We shall see what happens. If I'm here next time, then you'll know what's happened.
Yes,
if not, then sitting here and going like that all the time, I'm thoroughly addicted to it. I've had less sleep than I have in the last 2 weeks. Perhaps, I don't know. Anyway.
Did you get to sleep last night? Or was...
Oh, I have. Yeah, my sleeping pattern is gradually returning.
Oh, good.
So
and you're back at work now.
Yes.
Yes.
For 3 or 4 days. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm on the mend.
So we don't have to worry about your week then. It's all good.
Yeah. I would give me a second thought. Nobody else.
Okay, fair enough.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Right. We should wrap that up then. Thank you for your time, as always.
Thank you.
I know you're a very busy man, and you've got all those tapes to take down and skip and throw away. So
absolutely. My car's awful. We've got to get on with it.
We've got no copies of that. It's already rare. These, Quick, Fiona, chuck these out.
Chuck them. Any more space? Get rid of them new cases.
That's
PlayStation
it.
1 cases, brand new, sealed PlayStation 1 and Dreamcast cases. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Limit space. I'm not even using them as a table anymore.
Oh, brilliant. Well, that's great. So, thank you again, Jase. We'll catch up with you again in the next episode. Until then, take care. And thanks to everybody for watching and listening. It's been great to talk to you once more. We're back with another of these very, very soon. But until then, we wish you all the very best. Take care. And we'll wave gently and say bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. That was sooty one.